Yeah, in this case, the highway just goes left and left and circles and circles, right? Yeah. Jimmy
know how they
Johnson,
do it.
our local guy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Amazing. Yeah, doing good things.
Yeah. All right, let's get a check on our forecast here. Checking in with Evan.
Hey, good morning to you. Partly cloudy day is what we're looking at. All the wet weather has come and gone. Temperatures are going to warm up just slightly compared to yesterday. Mid and upper 60s along the coast, upper 60s inland. Mountains are warming from the mid 40s yesterday to the 60s and the upper 80s for the desert. So we start off the morning with a fair amount of clouds. Those clouds break apart, give us some sunshine by the afternoon. As far as traffic goes, things are pretty minimal on the roads. Let's talk about one thing in the Escondido area. We have a lane blocked with a stalled vehicle on the 50 northbound. That's as you get onto the 76, not currently causing any major backups on the roads there. You see plenty of green. And besides that, all of the roads, no major crashes or collisions. Back to you.
Evan, thank you. A potential strike is looming that could impact your next grocery run. This morning, negotiations resume over a new contract. This for tens of thousands of grocery workers across Southern California. CBS 8's Dana Marie McNichol live in Chula Vista with the impact on you and where these talks stand. What's expected to happen here today?
Well, I'm here at Ralph's in Chula Vista, where it's just one of multiple different grocery stores that could be affected by a strike, including Vons, Alversons, and Pavilion. So union workers are asking for this, a $5 hourly wage increase over the next 3 years. Also upped safety standards and schedules and hours. So we spoke to the president of the union, who says that they really need this as they are essential workers.
I think the way that we evaluate compensation and jobs that people perform is being reevaluated. Our members proven in the last 2 years they're essential. They're absolutely essential part of this community.
Now, the grocery stores are offered an annual 60-cent per hour wage increase over the next 3 years, totaling $1.80, far from that $5 that workers are looking for. Now, while grocery workers voted yes to authorize a strike, it doesn't automatically result in one. It only authorizes a union if no progress is made in labor negotiations. Now, a 3-year-old labor contract is expired March 7th, but grocery employees are continuing to work under the terms of that previous contract. Ralph's has said its latest proposal includes investments in wages of more than $141 million over the next 3 years, while not increasing health care costs for associates. Now, today there is an event for grocery store workers to make picket signs to get ready for a potential strike. So again, they authorized it, yet it's not confirmed that there will be a strike, but negotiations resume today, coming up at 6:30. We're going to be talking about some of the alternative options you have in order to make sure you still get your food, online options, as well as other mom and pop shops here in San Diego. I'm Dana Marie McNichol live in Chula Vista. I'll send it back to you.
Dana Marie, thank you. This morning, the county is pushing forward with new initiatives for housing as well as homelessness. Those were just a few of the big topics addressed during the State of the County address. CBS 8's Chris Groh joining us live outside the county administration building to explain some of the updates from that address last night. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning. Certainly an optimistic tone struck here by Chair Nathan Fletcher, trying to kind of bring together both sides to work on a variety of these issues, but only time will tell if that's what will actually happen.
More unionized workers means a stronger economy, stronger families. It means a stronger San Diego. It also means less homelessness.
Yeah, housing and homelessness, two of the biggest issues impacting the county and two of the biggest issues highlighted by Chair Nathan Fletcher. Now, as for directly handling the homeless crisis, Chair Fletcher discussed how the county and city of San Diego are already opening a tent shelter in the Midway District, but using that as an example of what the other cities in the county can do with the help of the County Board of Supervisors by cutting red tape, but also setting up money, grants available to help cities build similar shelters. Now, Chair Fletcher also outlined how the county was adjusting to handle mental health with the Mobile Crisis Unit, focusing on environmental justice and tackling immigration. But one of the biggest announcements was a $10 million grant from the San Diego Foundation for cities to build affordable housing on available land.
Bring your surplus land and let's put together a package to master plan 10,000 units of affordable housing.
And listen, to read more about what Chair Fletcher had to say in the state of the county, you can go to our website, cbs8.com, click on that story link. But in about later on this morning, we will be speaking with Chair Fletcher just in about a half hour's time here to discuss a little bit more about exactly what he believes the county went through this past year and what he sees the vision for it moving forward. Eric and Neto.
Yeah, be sure you stay tuned for that here in the next 30 minutes. Chris Groh, thank you for that. This morning, Russia says there was no breakthrough in the latest round of peace talks with Ukraine. Yesterday, Ukraine submitted a written proposal saying they would remain neutral if their security would be guaranteed by other countries. A Kremlin spokesman called this a positive factor, but says there's still a lot of work ahead. Meantime, U.S. officials say they're skeptical of Russia's claims that it's scaling back the war. The Pentagon believes Russia is simply repositioning troops to then attack elsewhere. Today, the CDC has to decide whether or not to extend a rule that prevents migrants from entering the U.S. Title 42, that was the one created to prevent COVID outbreaks in border facilities. It gives federal officials the power to rapidly expel migrants without allowing them to seek asylum. The Department of Homeland Security is preparing for a significant increase in arrivals at the border if this policy does end. The Congressional Hispanic Caucus calling on the Biden administration to end Title 42. Local Congressman Juan Vargas is part of the Hispanic Caucus and tweeted, quote, Title 42 was never about public health. It was a way to keep people seeking refuge and protection out. And that's the end of the quote.
A controversial COVID vaccine bill is not moving forward for now. The state assembly bill would have required all California businesses to mandate COVID vaccinations for employees and contractors. The bill's author, Assemblymember Puffy Wicks, says it's on hold since we are in a new chapter with the pandemic having lower case numbers. She says this pause will give lawmakers time to work out any concerns. Well, the FDA and CDC allowing adults now ages 50 and over to get a second booster shot. Both agencies expanded the emergency authorization. The CDC says the extra boost is important for the age group because they are at higher risk of severe COVID. For both the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, a second booster can be given 4 months after the first. The news comes as the Omicron subvariant BA.2 has become the dominant COVID strain in the U.S., making up 55% of new cases. Taking a peek outside here in Evan, dry forecast in store for the next few days.
Exactly right. We transition away from the wet weather that we saw Monday into Tuesday. We move toward a couple clouds to kick off the morning, but otherwise dry conditions. Beautiful view outside to kick off the morning right along the coast. Temperatures are mostly in the mid-50s right now. Going to warm up slightly into the mid and upper 60s by the afternoon, but because of zonal flow, we're not seeing a ridge of high pressure build. That's not going to help us warm up all that much. We're going to have a very incremental, slow and steady warm up. Here's what it looks like on satellite radar right now. The spots that were not seen much overhead, well, now they've seen those clouds kind of fill in those blank spots. So along the coast, inland, don't be too surprised if you walk out the door with plenty of cloud cover. We're still another about 40 minutes away from when we'll see some of that light come through. So a bit of time on that. But what this cloud layer will do is prevent us from cooling down all that much over the next hour or so. 49 right now in Ramona as you walk out the door, 48 in Alpine, 51 in Poway, 54 in Oceanside, and 52 in Del Mar. These temperatures are mild overnight. We have seen plenty of mornings where some of those inland valleys will drop down to the 30s. So clouds have actually been our friend through this morning. 24-hour temperature change shows that we are mostly in line with average, and that's because yesterday morning when we started off the day, we had those few showers remaining. So cloud cover was still very much intact, kept us mild overnight. Today, the same situation, except the showers aren't joining us this morning. Instead, we've just got those clouds along the coast, possibility of a little bit of low-level cloud cover at times. And then going through the afternoon, those clouds are going to once again break apart, give us some sunlight that'll beam through, and temperatures warming up a few degrees more than yesterday. So in accordance with yesterday, we are at exactly the same temperature in Poway and Ramona, 2 degrees cooler right now in Alpine and El Cajon than 24 hours ago, and 2 degrees warmer from Oceanside all the way down through downtown San Diego. Next 12 hours takes us on a little bit of a climb, mid-60s. You can see how those clouds are going to steadily break apart throughout the next several hours or so. So partly cloudy skies are expected between about 7 a.m. and noon, and then beyond noon, we're looking at plenty of sunshine, really sunshine prevailing by the afternoon. Let's take a look at what's going on in traffic. So far, things have been very, very mellow on the roads. That is still the case. It looks like there is still that one stalled vehicle where the 15 meets the 76 up in the Escondido area. Besides that, no crashes to report this morning and plenty of green, but volume is starting to pick up over the next hour or so. We'll definitely see some yellow and orange filling the screen here. So good idea to get out there for that morning commute now if you got to get somewhere quick. Back to you.
Evan, thank you so much. And this just coming in here, Susan Collins, the Republican senator from Maine, says she will vote to confirm Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson.
So this gives the Democrats a one-vote cushion in the 50-50 Senate and can likely save them from having to use Vice President Kamala Harris's vote as a tiebreaker. So it is expected that all 50 Democrats will vote in favor of Judge Jackson, but one moderate, Arizona Senator Kristen Sinema, hasn't yet said how she will vote. A final vote is expected to happen here by the end of the week.